Hello. Welcome. Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
How are you? Sorry, I needed to turn up the volume on my
Okay.
on my computer. I'm like, I hear something.
How are you?
It's totally, yeah. Finally, though, I got it. We're rocking and rolling. How are you?
I'm good. Let me see if I can turn on my video so that you can, not that it's fabulous, but hi. So you're Adrian, okay? Adrian, will you be joined by?
I am. Hi.
Hi.
Nope, it'll just be me in all my glory.
Okay. So are you in Laramie?
I am not actually. I'm regionally based in Denver, Colorado. So, um, I love it. I've been regional my whole admissions life, and so I cannot even imagine working on campus if that is as sad as that sounds.
As long as you know your institution, so are you an alum?
I am a very proud alum.
Are you originally from Denver?
I'm not actually. I am from Sheridan, Wyoming. I don't know if you're familiar with the state at all.
I used to recruit for UNC in Wyoming.
Ah, stop. Oh my gosh.
I'm a Northern Colorado alum from Ohio.
You're there.
Yeah, go Bears. Yeah, so that when I saw Wyoming come up on our Ohio ACAC, I'm like, shoot, I'll do that one.
Oh, I'm so glad that you did. That is awesome.
So you're from Sheridan. How did
Yes.
you choose Wyo?
Well, so I wasn't, this is so fun. I wasn't going to go there. I was, wanted to go to Arizona, wanted to go where it was really warm, and went down there, did some visits, And then, you know, we came up, did some visits in Colorado, did CU, CSU, then did Wyoming. And I was that cheese ball visit kid. I went to Wyoming and was like, ooh, love it here. I love it. It just fit. Like it felt, it was checked all the boxes, bought the sweatshirt, ready to fill up my housing. So it just worked. And I'm glad that it did, because it really was the right fit for me. I thought I needed big. I thought I needed to get far, far, far away. And the farther I got away, the more I was like, ooh, this is far. I just wasn't as brave as my 17-year-old self said I was. So it was good. I was still 5 hours away, so I had distance, but could get back, and I liked it. So
Very
are
cool.
you from Denver or from Greeley originally?
Nope, I am from extreme northeastern Ohio near Pennsylvania and near Lake Erie. But I'm a dinosaur. So the fact that I'm my age and still in college admission is very unusual. But I just, of course, being a dinosaur, there was no internet, there was nothing. And I knew, or thought that I knew, that I wanted to be a teacher for the visually impaired. And one of the schools in the country that had that was Northern Colorado. Another one was in Michigan. Another was in Florida. So for the first time, my mom and I jumped on a plane to Denver, to Old Stapleton, and in March, and it was really windy, but I fell in love. And then we flew the next month to Florida, and I said, no way, I cannot tolerate this heat and humidity. And it reminded me of summers at home. And so I have, after 40 years, I have never fallen out of love with my alma mater and Northern Colorado.
Aww.
And so much so, Adrienne,
cool.
that literally when we left the last time with our kids, so we did not meet at school, but we met in Greeley.
Okay.
And he had gone to UNC and I didn't know him. I had gone to UNC, etc. And in 2013, when we left, and it's the last visit we've had, I literally cried the entire way driving out of the state. Like, to Goodland, Kansas, I was like, everybody was asleep in the car because it was the last stop on our vacation, so everybody was exhausted. And I'm just like, I can't, I miss it. it. So anyway, yeah. So
that
what did you
warms my heart,
study?
though, that you just still, I was accounting. So I was an accounting major. I loved it. I love problem solving. I like that. But at the end of the road, you know, I did my internship and I was like, yeah, this is cool. But the next step was the CPA and getting my master's. And I was kind of like, I don't know. I'm really social and extroverted. And accounting, you know, you try to break those stereotypes and those barriers. It is so introverted and such a shy, quiet thing. My husband is an accountant, so he ended up going all the way and he got into grad school, and we were kind of like, we need lights on. Like, being poor isn't as fun as we thought it was going to be. So I took a job. I was like, you know what? I'm the one that's undecided. I'm the one that doesn't know what she wants to do. So let me get a job. I'll make sure our lights stay on. You do grad school. And I got this job in Denver. And I was like, I love this. I didn't know this was a thing. This is so awesome. So I just said, not the accounting person. So my husband does that. And it's funny, we were the two most extroverted people in our class. And he's still pretty introverted. So that says something, but it was like, I don't know. I love numbers. I like a clean Excel spreadsheet. I'm very type A. But when it came to doing taxes or auditing, I was like, no, I'm not feeling that. No. So the internship saved me. I did it and I thought this was exactly what I needed to do. And so my professors were like, oh my gosh, how can you not go on and get a master's? I was like, really easy. Just not.
Aww.
So yeah, I didn't, and I'm okay with it still. I'm grateful for that background and I loved everything I learned. I met my husband and some really great friends, but This fits me. I love working with high schoolers. They're awesome.
Bless you. So tell me, how did you end up in Denver? Was it because of the job?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh, you are going to think I'm crazy. So the girl that lived in the apartment building across from us was a recruiter, and I always saw her with cars and going and coming. And we were talking one day, and she's like, "We got this position in Denver." And I was like, "That sounds fun. I like stuff. I like to do things." And she was like, "You should apply." So I applied, and it was in Denver. And so I did it, and it worked out because I had to travel back to campus where Jason was. I mean, it just worked. And so I've never worked on campus. I've always worked regionally.
But you're an alum, so
Yeah.
and you're able to keep in touch with key people. Yeah.
Yep.
It
I
should
love
be
it.
interesting today to see
I
how many people are interested. I hope. University of Colorado didn't have as many as I thought yesterday. They only had 3. So, I mean, I totally expected that it would be very popular here in Ohio, because a lot of people talk about Colorado. And of course, when I say that I went to school in Colorado, the first thing they say is, used to be CU Boulder. Now it's always Colorado State. Oh, don't you go to Colorado State? No. But so have you done presentations at all in this before?
Yep, I've done some Strive Scan events, and honestly, we thought we would try it because we're virtual. We get a handful of kids from Ohio every year. We never travel out there. So we thought, well, this is the year to just bop in, see if we get some. So it's understandable if we're not packed or have anybody. Like we get it. I get it. But yes, I've done a couple Strive scans, so I know kind of the layout, what I need to do. So I feel pretty confident in it.
Very cool. So you know this whole bit about there's 45 minutes, so you do need to have a timer. And if for any reason you find that like there isn't much activity, you've gone through your presentation and there's no interaction, you just tell me and just say, Robin, let's go ahead and cut. But I will stay till at least 45 minutes, and at 45, I'll have to cut you off. So if I'll probably bring up a screen that's like a goodbye and thank you for attending and tell students something. Last night, I didn't even bring up a screen. I just let the presenters keep their information on the screen. And I just came in with, we thank you for attending an OACAC presentation. Please know there are plenty of more that you can sign up for. And this session was recorded, so you can hear it afterwards at oacac.org. So just know that it'll be, if you tend to go over, I will have to cut you off, because that's what I'm supposed to do.
That's okay. I promise you I won't go over.
And the way that they can answer questions, the way they can answer questions is they hit the Q&A button and they can type the question for you. And as long as you don't click answer live, you should be fine. And then you can dismiss it to hide what you've already answered.
Okay. Question for you. If I don't get anybody that shows up, should I still go through my presentation so it's recorded for OACAC? Or what are your thoughts? And again, there's no pressure. I just want to check.
If you are comfortable going forward, then I would go for it. Yeah.
I'm happy to do it.
Well, I think they told us, if you don't get anyone by 10 to 15 minutes in, you can turn off, but whatever you want to do, I'll do.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll see if we get anybody. And if not, I can do kind of a condensed version. So there's something on the website for kids if they want it.
Okay.
We'll wait about 10 minutes. How about that? And if there's nobody, then I'll just go into it and pretend I have an audience. So it's recorded and just call it what it is, if that's okay.
That's fine with me.
Cool.
Tell me and I will do whatever you need. So I'm going to go ahead and get it started. Let's see if there we go. All right, I'm going to open it up. If I can. Let's see if I can. Well, For some reason, hmm. Well, let me get off of video. And I think it's already recording.
Is it? Okay.
It says it's recording. And
Okay.
I don't see any participants other than you and I.
That's okay. Should I just go into the presentation then?
If you
Or
want.
should I wait? I'm happy to do, really, I'm happy to do whatever.
I think maybe just wait
Okay.
to see if somebody joins.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
Adrian, are you still there?
I am.
I would go ahead and start your presentation.
Okay.
Go ahead and share your screen. It will let you share over what I have up there right now. Are you still seeing what I had on there?
No, all I see right now is just our two window blocks, the one that says Strive Scan 24 and then mine that says Adrian Loveland. So I think, yeah, I'll go ahead.
Awesome. I see it.
You do? Perfect.
Absolutely. It looks good.
Okay. And
You go ahead and I'm going to mute.
Okay, cool. I think we're going to be good to go. Cool. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming to learn about the University of Wyoming. Laramie, Wyoming is our home. And if you're familiar with the state of Wyoming, we're located in the southeast corner of the state. So right there, about 2.5 hours north of Denver. If you're familiar with some of the towns in Wyoming, Cheyenne, Wyoming is our capital, and we're about 45 minutes west of Cheyenne. We are a rural town. We have a town of about 30,000 people. The campus, you're going to find out we have about 12,000 students. We are in between two mountain ranges, and we are continuously always ranked as one of the top college towns in America. It has a lot in part to do with that we are the only four-year institution in the state. In fact, it's mandated in the Wyoming State Constitution that there will only be one four-year public school in the state, and this is it. So that's good for you in a lot of ways, but we have a lot of pride, and I'm excited to tell you a little bit about the University of Wyoming. So as I mentioned, we do have a little over 12,000 students. This is the perfect size for us. We love it because we can really put our focus in on the student and make our institution student focused. So we have a 15-to-1 student to faculty ratio, as well as 90% of our classes are taught by professors and not graduate students. Being a very proud alum of the University of Wyoming, I can attest that you are probably only going to see a graduate student when you are in a lab, if even then. That's the only time I had them. I had two my entire four-year career, and they were in a lab. So I was always taught by an expert in the field. We do have an average class size of 30. This number gets thrown out a lot, but I think we have to remind you that it's an average. So we do have some that are way smaller, and then of course we have some that are way bigger. The biggest class size we can hold at the University of Wyoming is 165. We only have 3 classrooms in the entire institution that hold that many people, and one of them is a football film review room. So you will never have class there. So that leaves 2 for 12,000 students. And then the biggest thing that I'd like to talk about the university is that last year, 92% of our students had a job or were in graduate school 6 months within graduation. So not only are you getting a fantastic education in Wyoming, you are employable and industry is looking for you. I also kind of want to draw your attention to this picture on the screen. This is our campus in a very snowy day, and you can see the mountains in the background there. But this place that you're looking at right now is called Prexy's Pasture. This is sort of the heart of the campus. All around Prexy's are your classroom buildings and the union, the student union, where there's restaurants, the bookstore, coffee, and so there's a lot of students in there, activities. So it's really the heart and soul of everything that goes on the campus. A little bit deeper dive into our student body. We do have students from all 50 states, and 90 countries are represented in Laramie. We do have a 50-50 split, 50% in-state and 50% out-of-state, which we love because that brings so much richness to our campus. So we love our student body for a multitude of reasons. I mentioned the mountains. I mentioned that we were kind of in between 2 mountain ranges, and this is really what sets us apart from a lot of schools is our outdoor recreation. We are about 30 minutes with red lights to skiing, and you are about 15 minutes with red lights to world-class rock climbing and mountain biking. So to the west is Snowy Range, where you're going to get a lot of your skiing, hiking, camping, fishing, rafting is all going to happen there. And then the west that I said was about 15 minutes is Vidavoo. And that you come along I-80 from Cheyenne, if you ever drive to Laramie, you will see it. It's a huge boulder field, so it's fantastic for your rock climbing, mountain biking, and honestly, the hiking over there is great. Turtle Rock is one of my favorite trails. It's about an hour hike. It's up and down. You get to climb over some rocks, go across streams. It's perfect. Wyoming is a Division I athletics school. We are in the Mountain West Athletic Conference. That also hosts San Diego State, Air Force, Colorado State, New Mexico, UNLV, Fresno State, Utah State, and San Jose State. We are the Arizona Bowl champions in football right now. We have some Olympic swimmers on our team. We have NCAA champion hurdlers. So we have 17 Division I athletics. We also have intramural sports and club sports, if that's more your speed or what you're looking for in your collegiate career. Student involvement is really big on our campus because you are there to study, but many studies have shown students who are more involved as a freshman are more successful. So that is our job, to make sure you are as successful as possible. We do have a Greek system. We have over 300 clubs and organizations. And also we have a fabulous fine arts program. We have those as majors, but also if a student doesn't necessarily want to major in those, but say you've always been in the symphony and played the violin and you don't want to give that up, you can absolutely be an engineering student and be in the symphony or the marching band or the a cappella choir or whatever it is you want to do. We don't ever make you be a major to participate in those. We have a great student government that's actively involved. Being the only four-year institution, you do meet with the board of trustees. You are going to meet with our legislators. It's not uncommon for them to come to campus and just see what's happening and spend the day with our student government students. And also what you're going to find at the University of Wyoming that also sets it apart is a deep love and loyalty for this school. As I mentioned at the beginning, being the only four-year institution, there's a lot of pride here. It is not uncommon for somebody to come and start tailgating on a Tuesday for a Saturday football game. Our town does shut down on Saturday football games, so everybody can attend and cheer on the brown and gold. Go Pokes. Even Starbucks closes on game day footballs because we want you there. That's a big part of our tradition. So it's a really unique culture, and you can see above in this picture, it says Wyoming, and then there's a horse rider. It's called the Steamboat. That's kind of our emblem. And if you see somebody, what the fun thing is that I've noticed, no matter where we go, anywhere, if you see somebody wearing that and say, go Pokes, you have this instant connection. There's a chance you took a class from the same professor, or you know somebody from their hometown, or you just have a connection unlike any other school I've ever seen. So it's really neat to join the family of the University of Wyoming as well as the community. We do have a first-year live-in policy, and that's pretty true with most four-year institutions. We do this because we have such a high percentage of out-of-state students, but also our in-state students are not all close. We want you to bridge that gap from high school to college and get involved in campus and feel comfortable with what you're doing before we put you out in an apartment. We do have something called FIGs, or freshman interest groups, where everybody on your floor is either your same major, has your same personal taste, or has your own, your social interests. So outdoor adventure is a huge FIG floor for our freshman students. Also, we have engineering, we have honors, we have a 24-hour quiet floor. Can't tell you what they do all the time because they're pretty quiet, but also lifestyle and things of that nature. At the University of Wyoming, we offer over 200 different areas of study, literally everything from accounting to zoology. What's really great is I was talking about how you don't have to be a fine arts major to be a participant in that. We also allow you to double major or major and minor. Now, we may have to chit chat with you about how long some of these dreams will take to get you done, but really if you want to be an accounting major with a chemistry minor, you should do that. We don't put a lot of red tape around that. We do here, you can see the website that's going to list out all of the majors at the University of Wyoming, but I want to highlight a couple different programs that we have. Engineering is a big program at Wyoming. We just finished building a $150 million engineering building where students can conduct undergraduate and graduate level research. A building of this magnitude at a larger institution you would never see as a graduate or an undergrad. That would be something you would walk by. But at Wyoming, we want you in there. We want you working with faculty. We want you to see how applicable your degree is to so many different aspects of life. Also, it's really important for engineers to just talk with one another. See what a civil engineer and a mechanical engineer can combine their thought process and come up with. What great solutions we can come up with. Also, our College of Education, we are number 6 in the country for education. The reason is we are one of the last 3% of schools in the entire country to offer a lab school. So we have children going to school in our College of Ed, kindergarten through 8th grade, you will start working with as a sophomore student. Really make sure you want to be an educator, and it also kind of helps you figure out what grade you want to teach. Also, our business program, we're ranked by the AACSB as one of the top 13% of business schools in the country. We do have a Nobel Peace Prize winner on our staff who did decide to stay at Wyoming because we would allow him to teach freshman students. Also, we have a direct entry nursing and pharmacy program. Those applications I will talk to you a little bit about, but they are truly fantastic. And with nursing, we go all the way through a doctorate of nurse practitioner. And then our environmental and natural resources. If you are interested in conservation, renewability, any of those aspects of environmental policy, that is a fantastic degree for you. We have more grant money than we have students to use it. So we're really looking for students that are interested in that aspect. Kind of along the lines of all this, I talked a little bit about engineering, but being the only state institution, we really put a big focus on undergraduate research. Being a flagship and a land grant institution, we have a lot to get done. So we really rely on our undergraduate students to help us out. These are some really great pictures of some things that are happening at Wyoming. Up here in this top left-hand corner, Wyoming is home to NCAR, or the supercomputer. We get faculty from all over the world to come work at this, and we got this over huge schools. And the reason we got it is Laramie is a little drier. What a good place for a supercomputer. So students will work on programming, coding, and cybersecurity. The supercomputer is home to the nation's largest environmental collection of data. With global warming becoming more and more of a subject and a popular subject, this computer is invaluable with the data that it has. Right next to him, this student actually is an anthropology archaeology student. And why we love to include her is because the Smithsonian takes 18 students a year for internships. It's actually easier to get into Harvard than it is to get these internships. And Miss Ashley got it 2 summers in a row. She's actually working with one of the professors at the Smithsonian for some research for her graduate program. But she does a lot of work on genocide in Croatia and a couple other countries. Next to her, we do a lot of work with robots, with artificial intelligence, and assembly line productivity, also discovering different things like anthrax in the airports or things of that nature. Down here in the bottom left, this is it's called the drill simulator. So if you're interested in petroleum engineering, which Wyoming does offer, we are one of 3 schools in the entire country that has both a land and an ocean drill simulator in one building and right by each other. We're one of 5 schools that actually has a drill simulator. So you'll get to do both with us. And then over here where these 2 ladies are working, they're working on pharmaceuticals, and they're learning how to talk to patients on how not to mix things and how to help with their concerns on being worried about taking a different pharmaceutical they've never heard of. So learning that communication piece. So Also, what's really important to Wyoming is going abroad. We know we're a little more rural, but that shouldn't stop you from exploring the world and kind of expanding your thought process. Wyoming was very blessed as we received the nation's largest study abroad endowment ever given to a public institution. We use that to make sure that it is no extra cost to our students to go abroad. And how it works at Wyoming is you could go every semester, every year to a different country, except for your freshman year. We need you once. And then after that, you can go see Europe. Your credits will transfer as long as you go to one of the 400 sites agreements with across the globe. You can go to an English-speaking school, and we will make sure that you pay Wyoming tuition and fees, Wyoming room and board, and keep all of your scholarships and financial aid. So it's a fantastic program, and we really want you to go utilize it. Now that I've talked to you a little bit about campus, about our student body, how you get involved, the surrounding area, let's talk a little bit about admission. I need to first start with our Board of Trustees is literally meeting right now to talk about test optional. I don't have a current answer for you if we are going to be test optional or not. So what I want to do is I want to present this information to you as it stands at the present time with requiring test scores. Do know that if our board does not go to a test optional option, we are very flexible with test scores. We will be very empathetic with your situation, and we can wait for these test scores, and we will work with you on a case-by-case basis. So for admission to the University of Wyoming, we're going to look for this high school success curriculum. These are the classes we'd like to have seen you take in high school. We'd like you to have 4 years of English, science, and math, as well as 4 years additional coursework. This coursework is a lot of your electives. If you've taken a foreign language, we like to see 2 consecutive years of the same language. So French 1 and French 2, not German 1 and Russian 1 and 2. And then 3 years of social science. So psychology, civics, government, history classes all fit the bill there. In addition to that, we'd like you to have a 3.0 unweighted GPA with a 21 composite ACT score or a 1060 SAT score. Either standardized test is just fine. We don't need both. One will do. We are not a super score school. We will take the best overall composite. And if for a complete application packet, all we need from you is your application, which we accept Common App or our own regular application, your transcript, your test score, and your $40 application fee. We are also what we call a rolling admission, so we're continuously accepting applications from students. The only exception to that, as I was mentioning, we have a direct entry nursing and a direct entry pharmacy program. Those are going to be due December 1st, and they do look at different ACT, SAT, and GPA requirements. They are higher than what we look for admission. All other degree programs, if you're admitted to the university, you're admitted to the program with the exception of these 2. What you'll notice is I didn't say anything about letters of rec or an essay. What I like to tell students is sometimes they feel like that's an incomplete application packet. If you feel there is something we need to know about you, then please submit that information. We will absolutely and wholeheartedly read it, and we will take it into consideration if we need to. So please know that that is an option, and we will never tell you no, but it is not required for admission. Some students may be taking AP or IB or dual enrollment, where you're taking a class in high school and at a community college and getting credit for both. Know that at Wyoming, we accept all of these. These websites are a fantastic resource. It'll tell you the class that you might be taking and the test score you need to get credit for, and then the class that you will test out of with that particular test score. AP 4s and 5s will always get you credit, some 3s. IB, we will take HL or SL and 4 pluses. But these 2 websites will be really helpful. In dual enrollment, we love to see this. We will work with you as long as it's coming from an accredited community college. So also scholarships. Who doesn't want to know about scholarships and free money? That is the best. For out of state, if your parents graduated from the University of Wyoming, we have a discount for you. It does have to be your parents. It can be a step parent. But it cannot be grandparents, sibling, aunts, uncle. It needs to be your parents. And then we offer the Brown and Gold commitment, which I'm going to show you how you get that here in a minute. All of these scholarships, you will submit your application for admission. You are submitting your scholarship application. So it's kind of a one-shop stop. Again, rolling until May 1st. That is a universal accept or decline date for institutions. So at that point, we need to know if you're coming or going, and we're going to kind of cut off the scholarships. All of them are good for 4 years as long as you maintain a 3.0 GPA with us. So here's the graph. Again, you're going to see the test scores on this. And if this is to change, we will communicate this to you ASAP. Because we know that this graph will change with the scholarship or the test optional piece. But as it currently stands, we're going to take your best test score, ACT or SAT, your unweighted GPA, and where they coincide on this graph, we will guarantee you $2,000, $4,000, or $7,000. Or if you fall up in this top gold area, you will get $11,565 a year. One thing about this is say you apply tomorrow and you're able to get your GPA up at semester, or you are able to get a new test date and bring your test up, we will honor movement on this graph. So know that even though you've applied, you can move and change your monetary amount. I do encourage you to utilize a net price calculator on any school that you're looking at. Wyoming's, you can see, here's our website for it, but this is such a super tool to use just to kind of see what your total cost of attendance is going to be. What is it actually going to cost you after financial aid, after an estimate of scholarships is given to you through our net price calculator. It's a great tool and I highly recommend it. We also offer an honors college at the University of Wyoming. You need one of 3 things to qualify for it and apply. You need an ACT composite of 27, an SAT score composite of 1270, or an unweighted GPA of a 3.7, or now we are accepting a IB diploma. On your application for admission, whether that's Common App or our own regular app, there's a spot that you check and say, yep, I'm interested in honors. And when you do that, they do have an essay. There's 3 different prompts you can choose from. That will come up on your application. You can either fill it out at that time, or you can submit, you can go and save and come back and fill it out when you're ready. Our honors program is truly, truly fantastic. I encourage students to think about this option. Any major can participate in it. Several of the benefits are definitely the priority registration. Love getting the first pick of classes. We do offer guaranteed faculty mentored research within the honors program. There is housing options available, so you can live in the FIGs, like I mentioned, for honors, or we do have a house on fraternity row and sorority row that is the honors house. We do cap the class sizes to be as small as possible because we really want like-minded discussion. We want some deep thought to happen, so they kind of keep those small for that to happen. We do offer some specialized tutoring, and as well as a lot of leadership opportunities. The mentorship within the honors program is a little different. You will get a mentor, but it may not be area study. So if you're a STEM student, you might get someone in the humanities. But what a truly fantastic letter of recommendation to get from someone outside of your degree, saying what an asset you are, how smart you are, and what you can do for professional school. Here is the website for honors if you're interested in that, and there's a couple of videos from the dean and a couple other students that will kind of explain why they chose honors. So we wish with all that we are that you could actually be in Laramie and come to campus and see what we can offer. But we know that's not really possible right now. Thank you, COVID. But we do have a virtual option, as everybody does. So here's our website for a virtual tour. On that, you can also schedule a visit with someone from the degree area you're interested in, or with admissions if you have more questions or want to talk a little more in depth on things. So here are also some pictures of campus, just to give you an idea of what UW looks like. This is one of my favorite buildings. This is the Arts and Science building. It has a huge auditorium. This is where homecoming scene takes place, which is a ton of fun. This is also when they bring in different comedians or bands. This is where a lot of that takes place. This was the student I talked to you about, the kind of the breezeway for our students. It's kind of a far away shot, but at least you get to kind of see it. Here is our campus without snow. So you can see that it is pretty big, but it's also very walkable and very bikeable. It's no cars are on it. And then this picture here is the new engineering building. It's the stairwell. And it is the road. This is a true picture of a sunset on the way to Laramie. So when we can welcome you to campus, we'd love to have you. Please know that we'd love to have you in Laramie. We hope to be doing those visits soon. This is me. If I can ever help or answer any questions that you have at any time, please don't hesitate to reach out. Email me or call me. I also can have a Zoom session with you on that last page from our visit website. Just let me know how I can help you with the process. But I thank you for your time, and go Pokes.